Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we are talking Beyond the Gates. Anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. Content is coming over there, I promise. Free to follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on Instagram on the Instagrammies at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video. You guys like the video so the video gets into the algorithm. Free to share. Share with your friends, your family, your foe, all of the things, y'all. So, Beyond the Gates, the first black, predominantly black soap opera in, I believe, 30 years or something like that. The last one was Generations, y'all, with Vivica A. Fox. I think I was like a kid. I was like a little kid. Like a little kid. I don't even remember how old I was then. But I was a very little kid when that soap came out. So just a quick backstory on soaps. My mom, she doesn't watch soap operas anymore, but she used to watch all the ABC soaps. So she watched All My Children, Port Charles General Hospital, One Life to Live, everything that came on ABC. It was must-see TV, right? And so then on my dad's side of the family, my grandmother and like my aunties and stuff, they all watched, y'all, all the CBS shows, right? But primarily it's Young and the Restless and Bold and the Beautiful to this day. Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful, till this day, they faithfully watch it, y'all. They are diehard. They love them some Victor Newman. They love it, you guys. So I watched it because when I would go over there, when I was a kid, Shamar Moore was on the screen. So I'm here for it all. I'm here for it. And then growing up on Bold and the Beautiful, Usher was on there, right? So Usher, so I love soap operas, y'all. I love soap operas. The problem now is I just don't have time to watch them. Because my schedule's so crazy. The unfortunate thing of being an adult, right? You only have so much time. But I wanted to support Beyond the Gates because it's a predominantly black cast. And I have a feeling that this show is going to be very successful. And I really want to see this show do numbers. I'm hoping my reviews and other content creators that review this show, I'm hoping it brings eyeballs to the show. If you're on the fence, if you're not sure what to do, I'm going to give you some pros and cons because I'm going to be fair, right? And I want to say this to stand them, y'all. This is not reality TV. This is not reality TV. We're not going to be bullying these casts or bullying these writers or nothing, y'all. This is the pilot episode, y'all. This is the pilot episode they shot for the network to let them know. You know why it was the pilot? Because Danny's hair was it was jacked up in the one country club scene. And then it was refresh later on for the family scene at the end of the episode. Listen, y'all. Listen, there's going to be some kinks and things to work out. They're setting the foundation for us. A couple of critiques. I wish I kind of knew a little bit of the family tree a little bit better. I felt the introductions. I didn't know who were the daughters and who were the sisters and who were the cousins and all of that because everybody looked, and it speaks to how well, everybody is aging, y'all. How beautiful and flawless everyone looks. But I was confused. I didn't know who was who initially because at first I thought that, the Duprees had 3 daughters or 4 daughters. I didn't know it was only 2 daughters and all this and that. And then Karen Huger, you guys, made an appearance on her way. She must have filmed this before she went to rehab, y'all. But nonetheless, she had an iconic moment at the end of the episode. Welcome to Fairmont or whatever she said. And I was here for it. The crazy looks that she gives, that she normally gives on Potomac, I was here for it. I enjoyed it. Y'all. So here is the thing. And the thing is, I don't mind her being on the show because guess what? Real Housewives of Beverly Hills pulled, Eileen Davison, who plays Ashley on Young and the Restless, who pulled Lisa Rinna, who's from Soap Opera World, right? So I don't mind any of that, right? But let me just lay out everything. First of all, shout out to the budget. There is 27 sets and 40 actors, y'all. Starting off the show, the episode with the emotions, the best of my love. Are you kidding me? I was here for it, right? I was here for it. I was here for Dr. Richardson just running the stop sign at the country club. I mean, I was enjoying every little bit of it. Now, some things that I want to talk about initially before we kind of get to the nitty gritty. The melanemic couple, the cutesy little couple, the nurse and her husband, they're a little too cookie cutter for me. I feel like something's about to go down with that nurse and that photographer, that fine photographer at the hospital, y'all. Something was giving that something is looming. I don't know who's going to cheat first or who is cheating, but I felt that the husband or boyfriend or fiance, or whoever he is to the nurse, was putting on a little bit too much and was doing a little bit too much, like he was overcompensating. Somebody's living foul, and I don't know who it is yet, right? But we're gonna keep my eye out. I got my eye out. The hospital setting, well, was looking like maybe they need some more patients. Maybe they need some more staff. I didn't know what was going on. How the photographer could just run up in the hospital like that, talking about I'm scouting locations. No, you're not. No, you're not. You knew the nurse was there. Stop playing, right? So not sure what was going on there. Hopefully they can liven up the hospital, because I'm hoping they can eventually branch out the hospital cast. Oh, one thing I want to point out. Robert Guzza, you guys. When I saw Robert Guzza's name as one of the executive producers from General Hospital, the glory years, y'all, the glory years, and I mean the 90s, when it was Sonny and Brenda, when it was prime time, when we had black people on the show, we had Keisha, like I saw Robert Guzza and I was like, oh, I was like, we're in good hands. We're in good hands because they do a good job. He did a great job as an executive producer with the storytelling. I felt everybody has an equal amount of time to tell their story. So I'm excited. Plus, from General Hospital, there's going to be a couple of actors that are going to be on the show later on. So I'm excited about that. Also, one critique, I feel like we need better transitions into scenes and into commercials, because some of the times where the scenes went to commercials I didn't understand, and then other times when I thought the scene was going to end, it still is happening. It's not Tyler Perry levels of scenes being dragged out, so nonetheless there's no panic there. They'll tweak it, they'll get it together. Way too many commercials. Also another critique, but that's a CBS thing. That is a CBS thing where they love a commercial after 2 minutes into an episode, and I don't understand it. But nonetheless, there's nothing we can do. You got to pay the advertisers, y'all. The advertisers, they got to get their money and they got to get their promotion in. Lots of commercials though for Papa's House though. So I wasn't too mad. But this is why you have DVR. This is why you have DVR, or I believe now it is on Paramount Plus, so you can watch it with no commercials. There's ways around it so we can decrease, the complaint about the commercials, right? So we set the stage. Mrs. Dupree, the matriarch, is an EGOT, y'all. The husband is a renowned senator. They have a beautiful reputation. It was a beautiful moment. It was such a moment that's in real life where, like, you see your idol. And Mr. Dupree, he was taken aback by, the lady who was a fan of him and all this and that. But it was such a cute moment. I am hoping everything is cookie cutter with Mr. and Mrs. Dupree, but I feel like there's probably some family secret that's going to come out later on. I don't know. But we'll get to it in a little bit here. A big storyline was Danny, right? Danny is the daughter who was a former supermodel that basically threw away her career for her husband, Bill. And Bill, those of you who do not know, he played on Queen Sugar on the Oprah Winfrey Network, y'all. He also was a cheater there. Was a cheating basketball player, y'all. And so I don't know if he's getting typecasted, but he plays a cheating, low-down, trifling husband. He plays it to the T. So I don't know if that's speaking to his acting chops or what, but at least the other role that I know him for, that's what he played in. So nonetheless, apparently we get a little bit more backstory that this Haley lady was somebody that they took in. Danny and Bill have 2 daughters. Apparently she was best friends with the older daughter. And essentially, at some point in time, they had an affair. Now, Danny meets later on with her mom and her sister, Dr. Richardson, who she feels a certain way because it seems like Dr. Richardson is in a happy marriage, is in a happy home, all this and that. Although we don't see her husband, so I don't know who her husband is. Maybe we'll see him later on. But nonetheless, basically is saying, you know, you have the cookie cutter life, whereas my life is destroyed. And then she admits that she's known that her husband has always been a cheater, but the Haley one hurts because it's like they're doing it right in her face and they keep trying to do stuff in her face because apparently she also got sent a wedding invitation. Now, I don't understand why you would want to send your ex-wife that you cheated on, your marriage that's about to happen to the new wife, make it make sense. But nonetheless, I don't know. I feel like in a way, maybe Bill wants to get a rise. Maybe he likes his wife acting out of control or being obsessed with him. I don't know. Something is weird because there's no reason for you to be sending the invitation to the ex. It seems as though as well, the one daughter is, now I don't know exactly. I think the one daughter, the oldest, it sounds like she might work at the hospital if she's getting a gift for the nurse. Maybe she's a doctor too, or maybe she's a nurse too, or a nurse manager, and her husband is the detective, and it was given somebody knocking the boots. It was given like, go, you know, we are newlyweds, we are on our honeymoon, let's make it happen in the bedroom, let's do the grown-up in every scene, y'all. And you know, it is what it is. You know, listen, we need romance on daytime TV. That there is too much negativity right now on daytime TV. Too much stuff getting blown up, people getting killed off the show, and all this and that. We need some loving. We need some romance. We need a happy couple. But I have a feeling they're about to mess up this couple too. Because again, nobody can be happy too long in a soap opera, y'all. It is what it is, right? There is some scandal or something that is going to happen soon. But at least for now, they are happy as can be, right? And so basically we find out that Naomi is not happy, obviously, with her cheating father and this and that, but is trying to do right by her mom. We find out Chelsea is also a model like her mom, like the career that gave up. But it sounds like she does not want to continue to be a model and wants to sell purses with her cousin. I was confused. I was confused. I was like, okay. And then she was like, yeah, we're going to be bigger than the Kardashians. And I was like, but what Kardashians are selling purses? I didn't get that line. Now, unless you're talking modeling and you're talking in reference to Kendall Jenner, but that's another conversation as far as her modeling, you know, or lack thereof. Danny's falling apart. She's throwing multiple mugs and all the things. Here's the thing, y'all. I love Danny, right? I love Danny. Now, I know some people are going to get sick of her. I know some people are going to be like, listen, she's bitter. She needs to move on. She needs to get her life. And the one thing I did enjoy, I loved how the family poured into her. And I love the scene with her and her father talking about who is the best, who is the favorite, all the things, just really trying to cheer her up. You can tell she is a daddy's girl, and you can tell Dr. Richardson that her mom dotes on her. And that's how it is sometimes. It's like when there's multiple kids, the one kid you see is always going to be like daddy's, you know, whether it's like the favorite son or the favorite daughter or the mama's boy. Like it always seems that way, right? There's always going to be that one parent that, like, you know, is really going to know the right things to say, the right things to do, and all of that jazz. So nonetheless, you know, I believe the friend's name is Vanessa, the blonde. She's a real estate agent, and it sounds like she's good friends with Danny. And it sounds like they live in a really nice neighborhood. And basically, Vanessa finds out that Haley and Bill are going to be moving into the same community as Danny. And it's just a hot mess, y'all. It's just a hot mess. Also, she wanted to take her friend Danny to a spa, but basically Danny was like, listen, looky here, like my mom and sister want me to meet them at the country club. So there's this country club. Now, I'm not sure if it's Dupree owned or not. I was a little unsure about that. So I didn't want to watch the full, there's a behind the scenes that's like 20 or 30 minutes that I'm going to watch after this, because I didn't want to spoil too much, because when I looked in a couple of minutes, I was like, oh, they're showing like a lot of scenes from this first episode or first couple of episodes, but I might watch it either after tonight or maybe tomorrow or something else. I don't know. I'll watch it at some point, but I wanted to kind of get the backstory because I saw it looked like Mr. Dupree, the patriarch, it looked like his picture from back in the day, or perhaps it was maybe his father. I don't know. It might be that this golf club, this country club, is also Dupree family owned. It sounds like Dupree family just runs this entire town, because even when Dr. Richardson pulled up, you know, it just seemed very exclusive. They have their own nameplate for their table that they normally, you know, so it seems, you know, very much like Dupree influence, that when the Duprees walk in the room, everybody, you better be treating them, you know, like $1 million. We find out also Haley, you know, I feel like, so I know Haley's gonna get dragged. She's gonna get dragged. And listen, I am never team mistress, never support any mistress that is out here trying to, you know, sleep with somebody's husband. And not only just that, but you're doing it via the family, right? You're going through, you were brought in as a part of the family. You were treated like, you know, they were your own, right? You came in, you had nothing. You came in, you're best friends with the daughter, and then you move up the chain into the husband. Now, here's the thing, though. I think there's something about Haley, because Haley is not being written as a mistress that you're supposed to hate. I don't know if y'all peep that. She's not being written as a mistress that you're supposed to hate, that you're supposed to be throwing tomatoes at the screen for. They're giving her like this endearing type of quality, that like there's something likable about her, that there's something about her that eventually they want the audience to like this woman. I don't know what that is yet. I don't know if she's got a family secret. Maybe she's a secret Dupree and she's back to get revenge. I don't know. Or maybe she's using Bill and this is one big scheme set up by Todd. I don't know. But I feel like there is something to this mistress's backstory, because even though people are dragging her, she's not a typical mistress. Usually the mistress is, you know, very arrogant, very cavalier, very out of order, out of pocket, just, you know, like she's disrespectful, right? Because of everything that's taken place. But she still very much wants acceptance and wants the love and wants the friendship still of Danny and Naomi. I don't know if y'all peep that. So it was very weird, because it was like, well, why would you be with her husband? Why would you be with your best friend's dad if you really cared about this friendship and this, you know, relationship so much? Like, why would you go there? So I feel like there is more to the Haley story. Although I am against cheating and I am against all of this and I'm Team Danny and everything else, but I feel like there is going to be something about this Haley story that is going to come into play here. It's low-key giving me, for you General Hospital fans, it's giving me Carly Corinthos a little bit. I don't know. But basically somebody who didn't know who their real family was came in, hooked up with her mom's stepdad. Like it was a whole hot mess, right? But nonetheless, she ended up being again, Robert Guza General Hospital. That's why I feel like Haley, there's more to the story. There is more to the story, y'all. Trying to think a couple of other things as well. That I wanted to talk about. I think that is mainly it. I think I covered most of it, y'all. I don't want these to be too long. Like I said, I'm thinking of different ways to kind of tackle these storylines. I know it's the first episode, so, you know, wait for them to get the kinks worked out, y'all. It's going to be okay. I think it was a fantastic premiere overall. I love the family bonding, the family unity, just pouring into each other, like I said. Also, there's a grandson who wants to be like his grandfather as a congressman, but I don't know what's going on in his personal life, so that's going to be interesting. Karen Huger, like I said, here for her because she's going to give some amazing one-liners. Hopefully, whatever happens with her case, she can come back to this show. I think she'll be a great addition for the Real Housewives of Potomac fans. Also, I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, not much else. Like, I'm just really here for it, Now, for anybody who's complaining about some of the, other characters of the show, listen, let's keep it a buck, y'all. They were not going to greenlit this if it was, you know what I'm about to say. Nonetheless, it would have had to been on OWN. Or like real talk, right? So I'm happy there's a budget, there's clearance for the music. Like I said, too many commercials. I think once we round out who everybody is, who is related to who's scheming, who's conniving, all this and that, I think once we get all of that to sort it out, I think we'll be okay. What will be the future of, how these episodes play out is I like to pay attention to what characters and things they focus on. As long as the Dupree family is still at the center and is still at the focus, I don't care too much about some of the rah-rah-rah stuff in the background, right? The real estate agent, I felt she was funny. I felt she seems like a good sidekick, a good friend. Didn't mind her at all. I like the nurse. I'm not sold on her husband. Her husband's really the part that I'm kind of like, so that's the piece I'm kind of like, but I like the nurse. The nurse seems quirky and, happy to be here and all this and that. So it was kind of giving me like a little mini, like Elizabeth Weber. But again, because Robert Goza. So I see elements of General Hospital in this show. I see certain influences and all those things. So I am rooting for the show. I want to see how the ratings do as well. Y'all know I'm going to be tracking the ratings, like it goes without saying. But I'm going to figure out some alternative ways to attract this show, promote this show, so we can get as many eyeballs on it as possible. So there is that. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.